So guys, I'm just cooking up some chicken breast because in a bit I'll be going to the gym, legs, shoulders, smash that out. And I have a good feeling for today's session because I slept wonderful yesterday. Went to bed at 10, woke up at 7:30, and I just feel alive because for the past 3 days I had horrible sleep, so having this great sleep, it just made me feel so great. So I'm gonna eat some food because I haven't had anything, till now, which is about 3 p.m. So have this, go to the gym, and when I come back, hopefully I can do some, coding and whatnot to just improve my skills and just kind of do the things I want to do because I've been out this whole morning going to visit some like a robot factory, like a glass cleaning robot factory, something like that. Some interesting things, but definitely not a business opportunity I want to pursue. I'm gonna stay focused on what I want to do. So one thing at a time, finish this food, go to the gym and smash that out, come back, have something to eat, no carbs, and get some work done, and hopefully I'll see how everything goes. But this is the plan for now, guys. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So guys, training was great. I came back and I ate some food, so I'm feeling pretty alright at the moment. So it turns out, guys, that I had been feeling not the best was simply because I was not getting used to the shift in environment. I came back, I didn't sleep, I had poor sleep, and then I was eating food I never ate before, and most importantly, just being in this new country, right? My body was still getting used to things. But because I am not familiar with this type of change, I was getting worried, right? I was getting stressed about what the heck is happening, right? Because I wasn't feeling like myself, I didn't feel present, I couldn't breathe present, and sometimes it feels like I am losing my ability to talk. Yes, my tongue starts to twist, it just feels like that I'm slowly losing control of my life, right? And that, if you guys ever feel that you are losing grasp over your life, and as if no matter what you do, it is just not working out, you guys can relate of how shit that feeling feels like. And I guess for the past few days, I have just felt like that. It was totally horrendous, right? Nobody wants to feel like that they have no control over their life, despite of them even trying to have control over their life. But of course, with my great sleep yesterday, life is slowly getting back on track, right? Life is slowly getting back on track. And I'm saying this is because despite me being on this vacation, I'm still trying to formulate a routine, a schedule, so that I could still do some work while also enjoy this time in this new country, right? Because what I have understood and really what I feel is that to have free time requires you to think more than if you had a schedule in place, right? Yes, free time is nice. Everybody wants to have this freedom, but if you have freedom but no purpose, then life feels more meaningless than if you are just working a job you despise. Because having all this freedom but without a clear goal or direction you want to go it just feels so pointless to me, guys. It feels so pointless. It feels like that life is so empty. And back in the day, if you're a teenager or whatnot, having the freedom may feel great, but you're also a kid, you're immature, and you may have just spent all your time, go out drinking and stuff. And to you guys, or perhaps to my old self, that was a good enough reason, right, to have the free time. But now, having the free time without a purpose, without a goal, without something to achieve, requires so much mental discipline to try to think of something to entertain yourself, right? I would argue having a routine, having a structured day, and focusing on something you can achieve in the near future will give you more joy and pleasure than having the most freedom you can, but yet walking endlessly, or mindlessly, in a direction you are not yet known. It is just so unenjoyable, guys. And I guess that was the reason of my kind of unhappiness, for say, when I came back to China, was that I had all this freedom, right? It was as if I just got into this whole new environment full of just opportunity, which it was the truth, right? And I have all this freedom, but I didn't know exactly what to do. So it just felt like that life was missing something so valuable. And that was a direction, and that was like your goal, your purpose, your calling, whatever you want to call it, guys. If you don't have that, then having so much time or unlimited amount of time, it gets so boring. It gets boring, and it can really make you feel worthless at some point. It makes you feel worthless, and it kind of takes away the joy and fun out of life, because to have this joy in life is to improve, right? Is to achieve things, is to beat your old self, is to reach your limitations and break through your limitations. Because to experience that feeling, it is like digging gold. It is just so exciting and so rewarding. But if you haven't experienced that, you don't know exactly what it feels like. And if you haven't felt that before, then you're probably living life day to day, just hoping for something new to happen. But for something new to happen, you have to use your time more wisely. You have to aim your time and allocate your time towards something more meaningful than whatever you're doing right now. Because if you don't achieve more than what you have now in life, you're missing out on you're missing out on what life is meant to be, guys. I could only explain it in those terms. You're missing out on the point of life, right? The point of life isn't just to sit around and then, just wait for the next day to come over, just to wait till you get older, just to wait till you get married or whatnot. Maybe some people have those ambitions and not, but to me, I think life is more than that. I think life should be that every day you are aiming to become better than yourself, right? Life should mean that every day you are achieving more than what you thought was possible, right? To experience that feels tremendously well. And if you don't have that in your life, then you'll probably be like me. You'll probably be depressed, you'll probably be sad, you'll probably feel shit about life, because that is what I feel every time I don't have like a schedule or like a routine, or I am living on the terms of other people. When I lose control, life feels shitty, right? Life just feels like that it is just not worth living for another second. So yes, I think coming back home after some quick thoughts and some good sleep, I think was that just a big environment change, a big routine change that I have not got used to. And because of such, I got stressed, I got worried, and I didn't know how to kind of deal with this, because I didn't know where to look, guys. There was so much new stimulus, right? Was it the food? Was it the water? Was it the air quality? Was it, the thing I ate at lunch? Was it my sleep? Or was it my, lack of ambition or not? There was so much that changed that I was over worrying what it caused my unhappiness. But it turns out, we have to just focus on one thing at a time, and sometimes the answer will be revelated to you sooner than you thought possible. Because once you change one thing, everything else starts to just kind of like line up in order. Because if one thing you changed did not work, well, at least you have done something better. At least you have rooted out this problem, so that you don't have to worry about that, right? And I believe that is really what I have learned, coming back and regaining my present, and most importantly, regaining my happiness, right? And that is to set my schedule, right? Don't play on the terms of other people, but rather prioritize what is important, and do the things that are less important after you finish what's more important. Because at the end of the day, the people around you won't be around you forever, right? The people around you can't help you live the life you want, or perhaps guide you onto the life you want to live. You have to prioritize yourself before others. But that does not mean to be an asshole, perhaps be totally selfish and careless. That only means you should complete what you have to do today, and then worry about what is less important after you have taken care of yourself. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna take a shower, wash up and get some sleep. Falling back into routine feels nice, so I'm not gonna, break this routine and schedule, because what is the point of that, right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow, but I do hope you guys had learned something from this, and good night.